Plants might look innocent and completely harmless, but some plant species are actually extremely deadly. From the deaths of famous people in history to everyday cattle, plants have been known to be the culprit. Get ready to know some of the most infamous plants and their poisons with this top 10 list. Ready to find out which ones? Welcome to our channel, and today we'll be taking a look at the 10 most poisonous plants in the world. Stay until the end to find out which plant is the deadliest plant in the world. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to receive more great content like today. Let's begin. 10th place. Hemlock. Of course, we're kicking off our list with hemlock, one of the most famous poisonous plants in the world. Despite the beauty of coniun maculatum, which is its scientific name, this plant is highly poisonous, capable of living in a wide variety of environments. It has been introduced in North America, South America, Australia, and even West Asia. The plant is often found in poorly drained soil, particularly near streams, ditches, and other watery surfaces. It also appears on roadsides, edges of cultivated fields, and waste areas. Plus, it's also considered an invasive species in 12 U.S. states. Hemlock is poisonous to all mammals and many other animals that eat it, causing countless deaths among cattle and even humans. Ingesting less than 1/10 of a gram can be fatal for adult humans. This is approximately 6 to 8 hemlock leaves. The hemlock produces potentially fatal neuromuscular dysfunction due to failure of the respiratory muscles. Death can be prevented by artificial ventilation until the effects have worn off 48 to 72 hours later. The paralysis usually begins in a person's legs, then ascends up the body until it reaches the respiratory muscles, eventually causing death. It became famous due to its use in ancient Greece as a way of execution, with its most famous victim being the philosopher Socrates. Number 9. Jimsonweed. On top of looking like one of the creepiest plants in the world, Jimsonweed, also nicknamed devil's weed or hell's bell, is one of the most dangerous plants in the world. The plant is a powerful hallucinogen, capable of altering mental condition and also poisoning people naive enough to eat some of its berries. However, despite serious safety concerns, Jimsonweed has been used to treat asthma, cough, flu, swine flu, and nerve diseases. So let's do some math. At maturity, the plant bears green fruit, each containing 4 compartments and holding as many as 100 seeds. 100 seeds contain approximately 6 milligrams of atropine. A dose of atropine exceeding 10 milligrams is regarded as potentially lethal, aka, death. Today, Jimsonweed poisoning is found primarily among adolescents who seek the hallucinogenic effects of the plant. Symptoms of Jimsonweed toxicity usually occur within 30 to 60 minutes after ingestion. Initial symptoms include hallucinations, dry mucous membranes, thirst, dilated pupils, blurred vision, and difficulty speaking and swallowing. Rarely, late symptoms may include hyperthermia, respiratory arrest, and episodes of seizure. Let's just say that if you see this weed, you should probably get the roundup. Number 8. Angel's Trumpet. Coming in at number 8 on our list has to be Angel's Trumpet. The name of this plant is definitely an oxymoron. All parts of Angel's Trumpets are considered poisonous and contain the alkaloids atropine. Various species were used both for rituals and as herbal medicine by indigenous people. All 7 species are known only in cultivation, or as escapes from cultivation, and no wild plants have ever been confirmed. As pretty as this plant might look, consuming it is fatal. Angel's Trumpets were once native in South America, but all species are now listed as extinct in the wild by the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. Lucky 7. White Snakeroot. The white snakeroot, also known as richweed or white sanicle, is a poisonous perennial herb. These flowers are found in woods or areas with dense bush growth. In the fall, they take on a clean white color, and after blooming, small seeds with fluffy white tails are released to blow in the wind. Calves and lambs can also die after consumption of intoxicated milk, even though the adult animals don't show typical signs of intoxication. Just drinking the milk or eating the meat of a cow that has ingested white snakeroot is enough to cause severe sickness or even death. This poisoning is referred to as milk sickness. Most famously, white snakeroot caused the death of Nancy Hanks Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's mother. 6th place. Oleander. Oleander comes in 6th place on our list, as probably the deadliest shrub on Earth, considering how it's generally used for decoration. Oleander is common in the southern and western regions of the US. However, oleander is the official flower of Hiroshima. It was the first plant that managed to blossom after the devastating effects produced by the atomic bomb in 1945. Its leaves, flowers, and fruit all contain chemicals known as cardiac glycosides, which put you into cardiac arrest when ingested. Oleander is also one of the most poisonous commonly grown garden plants. Poisoning and reactions to oleander plants are quickly evident, requiring immediate medical care and poisonings of both humans and animals. Induced vomiting and gastric lavage are protective measures to reduce the absorption of the toxic compounds. 5. Aconitum. Aconitum, also known as blue rocket, devil's helmet, leopard's bane, wolf's bane, woman's bane, and a slew of other names that end with bane, comes in 5th place on our list. Juice from the roots were used to poison arrow tips for hunting wolves in warfare. Aconitum is extremely poisonous and can be found in the mountainous areas of the northern hemisphere. There are over 250 species of the flowering plant. Aconitum has substantial amounts of the highly toxic aconitin and related alkaloids, especially in the roots and tubers. Marked symptoms may appear almost immediately, usually no later than an hour. Treatment of poisoning is mainly supportive. All patients require close monitoring of blood pressure and cardiac rhythm. Gastrointestinal decontamination with activated charcoal can be used, if given within 1 hour of ingestion. 4th place. Rosary Pea. It's a plant best known for its seeds, which are traditionally used as beads for rosary prayer, or in jewelry. They are completely safe until the surfaces are scratched. The rosary pea poses greater danger to the jewelry maker rather than the wearer. There are many reported cases of death when jewelry makers prick a finger while handling the rosary pea. It's even more poisonous than ricin, as only 2.5 milligrams of rosary pea is enough to kill a human, and each pea obviously has much more than that inside. The seeds also contain the deadly poison abrin. Abrin from rosary pea is often used in medical studies due to its potential to kill cancer cells. Rosary pea is woody vine that belongs to the legume family. It originates from India, Indonesia, and Africa, but it can be found in tropical and subtropical regions around the world today. Symptoms of poisoning due to rosary pea inhalation are difficult breathing, fever, nausea, and fluid in the lungs. If ingested, and the seed coating is broken, rosary pea seeds cause severe nausea and vomiting, which eventually leads to dehydration and end with the kidneys, liver, and the spleen shutting down. Death will be sure to follow 3 to 4 days after this. Now that we've arrived to the top 3 of our list, be sure to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Otherwise, this top plant on our list will come after you. Keep watching to find out which plant is the most deadliest plant to be found on Earth. Number 3. Nightshade. Belladonna, also known as deadly nightshade, doesn't need an explanation for its naming convention, considering it has creepy, dull, and dark green leaves with bell-shaped purple flowers. This should quickly warn predators and humans to stay away, and not even dare to eat this. Both the foliage and the berries are extremely toxic, containing atropine, as we've mentioned earlier in other plants, scopolamine, and hyoscyamine, all deadly toxins that cause hallucinations and delirium. The symptoms of belladonna poisoning include dilated pupils, sensitivity to light, blurred vision, tachycardia, loss of balance, headache, rash, severely dry mouth and throat, slurred speech, urinary retention, constipation, confusion, hallucinations, delirium, and convulsions. Do I even need to continue? It's also very toxic to cats, dogs, and many other domestic animals, although cattle and rabbits can eat it without any problems. Number 2. Manchineel. The manchineel tree comes in the runner-up position on our list, but it's still not a plant to take lightly. Its strange name comes from the Spanish phrase manzanilla, or little apple, as it resembles precisely that. Don't let that seemingly innocent exterior fool you. As in Spanish culture, manchineel is known as manzanilla de la muerte, or little apple of death. Manchineel is one of the most toxic trees in the world, with a tree containing a milky white sap with a huge number of toxins that cause blistering. This sap is present in every part of the tree. Standing beneath the tree during rainfall will cause blistering of the skin from mere contact with this liquid. Even a small drop of rain with a milky substance in it will cause the skin to blister. Like most trees with sap, you wouldn't want to park your car under this tree for shade. They've been known to cause extensive damage. Even burning the tree won't provide any safety, as the smoke can cause ocular injuries if it reaches the eyes. Everything about the manchineel is deadly, although there's an even deadlier plant than this one. Ready to find out which one it is? First place. Commonly known as water hemlock, there's not a plant more deadly than the first place winner, the cicuta. Cicuta can be commonly found in the marshy areas of the North American continent. This plant contains a deadly toxin called cicutoxin, which is mainly found in its roots. The toxin is a highly poisonous unsaturated alcohol that has a strong carrot-like odor. Cicutoxin causes violent and painful convulsions, nausea, vomiting, cramps, and muscle tremors. Those who survive the poisoning experience end up with long-term health conditions, such as amnesia. No amount of water hemlock root is considered safe to ingest. The plant has also been nicknamed cowbane, since it has been known to cause the poisoning of unfortunate cattle who end up ingesting the roots of the plant. Unfortunate animals often eat water hemlock early in the spring and graze on the green seed heads later in the season. Ingestion of cicuta can cause death in as little as 15 minutes. For that reason, cicuta is by far the deadliest plant on Earth. So, what did you think of our top 10 deadliest plants? Do you know anyone who's tried or encountered any of these and survived? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more fantastic content like today. We hope you enjoyed our video, and we'll see you next time.